I'm ashamed that it took me 18 years to spend today with my daughter.
I'm ashamed of being sort of friends with a bully. He's mean to me as well. I don't really hang out with him, but he like hangs out with me. And I hang out with his friends that are not bullies, but they say he's mean too. But we're afraid to not play with him, because then he might bully us more than he does. Don't be friends with people who are mean to you. No matter what they tell you, they'll give to you or anything.
This is our first date in 18 years.
So why did it take 18 years?
Her mother and I were young and we were in different relationships. And, you know, some secrets are left secrets for a while and then they can't be secrets anymore, so.
Is this the first time you guys have met?
Yeah.
So how does it feel hanging out with your dad for the first time?
Definitely not shameful. It feels like long overdue, for sure.
I waited a long time to go back to school, and I guess I'm ashamed that I'm not in a place in my life where I could help my family more.
Calling my mother a hypocrite when I was a teenager for wanting to live with my boyfriend at the time.
Why is that the first thing that came to your mind?
Because it was, I am ashamed of it. I called her a hypocrite. She's my mom.
Is that your mom right there?
She's crying too. They never apologized for it. Sorry for calling you a hypocrite. I love you. Haha, it made you cry.
I am ashamed of my depression and anxiety and what it makes me do to myself physically and mentally. I'm ashamed of my scars and I actually pull out my hair due to the anxiety, and I have to constantly cover up and buy makeup to cover it up because it's very noticeable if I don't style my hair a certain way. And yeah, I just really wish I had never started doing that, because it would have saved me a lot of time and money if I hadn't started doing that.
Do you have any advice for like other people who are maybe going through it the same thing you are?
Seek help. It's really hard for me myself to seek help, but it doesn't have to necessarily be like going to a therapist. It can just be like going out to like the park with a friend or a coworker and just like letting them know. Like just being honest about how you're feeling is the best thing you can do to people, because it gives them like an idea of what you're going through and you don't have to suffer in silence.
In high school, I wasn't a very nice person, and I think it had to do with a lot of myself being very insecure, so I was mean to a lot of people. And if I can go back, I would like apologize to a lot of people. I'm sorry guys, I'm changed. I grew up, I'm mature, and I'm a lot more secure about myself. And I'm sorry I brought a lot of people down just to make myself feel better.
I think I'm ashamed probably of how long it took for me to like be myself. Like I'm gay, and that was like just a really long process for me. I think it took a year. I was even dating somebody and like didn't tell anybody, and like it was hard. And I was really ashamed at the time, and now I think I'm ashamed that I was ashamed.
I don't know, I guess like my body sometimes. I feel like I've done a lot to get over a lot of things that I used to be ashamed of that I'm not ashamed of anymore.
That's good.
So the list is shorter these days.
I am definitely ashamed of feeling like I never accomplish what I should be accomplishing on a day-to-day basis. Feeling stuck, and it just makes me feel very unfulfilled, and feeling like I'm not putting in as much effort as I should be into what needs to be done.
That I'm not brave enough to talk about my religion. I'm Catholic, so a lot of people are very anti-Catholic, so I guess I'm very shy about standing up for what I believe in and talking about it.
Because I'm not very good at talking to people. I'm pretty ashamed of that. Kind of weird, so I'm not really good at interacting with people overall. Yeah.
Not being good enough.
What do you mean by that?
You know, you have like, sometimes you just feel like you're not just good enough for anything.
I have no shame.
What was that?
I have no shame.
Okay, why do you say that?
Well, I don't think I should have any shame for being who I am or doing what I do. I'm proud of who I am. I like myself.
I'm ashamed of how often I fake meditate.
One thing that I'm very ashamed of is the fact that with my girlfriends, I tell them that I've dated and everything. I know all about dating. And the truth is, I've never dated. I am single as
I'm ashamed of letting my son know how his father and I met.
Which is how?
On Tinder.
I'm so ashamed of my skinny ass legs. But they don't bother me that much because I got some amazing freckles.
You know, when it's I'm 30 now, no? So my hair is like, it's not growing too much. So when it's like, it's a lot of people and it's windy, especially when it's Lorena there, it's like with my hair, it's like shh, and I see that it's not a lot of hair. It's like, I'm getting old, That's why I put the hats when it's the wind. Now I can tell you. It's like, I don't know, self-conscious, problem. But it's not a problem, but it's now there are surgeries and stuff. But when it's wind, I get shy. I get like, what? I don't have much hair, so that's my shame.
Una cosa que hice, no me siento avergonzada, pero es lo único que me arrepiento. Y voy a ser súper honesta porque, bueno, tuve un aborto una vez en mi vida y eso me hizo sentir... Yo pensé que fue la decisión correcta, pero con los años no sé si fue o no fue la decisión correcta. Entonces, es la única cosa, creo. Siempre fue súper defensora del aborto, pero ya ahora, después como de un tiempo, uno se replantea nuevamente las cosas y creo que no es sentirse avergonzado, sino como que cuando sabes que cometiste un error bien fuerte, nosotros decimos como que la cagaste, tienes que reflexionar sobre ello, así te tome tiempo, te tome años y darle otro significado. Creo que es más eso.
Not calling my dad dad. He is my stepdad, but he's raised me, and so he's my father figure. But I don't, even though he is my father, and I talk to him as if he's my dad, I don't say it to his face.
I'm ashamed I have to be afraid of who I love. Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I have a lot of pain in my life, and I feel like I'm undeserving of love, and so I have a lot of fear behind that. I don't know how to explain it.
When I was very young, I let a family member pressure me into trying drugs, and I should have never done it, but it's just hard when somebody is like in your face and calling you names. And then many years later, it comes back to bite you in the butt because you're trying to tell somebody, don't do drugs. And then those same people that were pressuring you into trying it are telling you that you have no business telling somebody else not to try drugs because you tried it, so don't do drugs.
You know what? For the first time in my life, I actually have no shame. I carried shame for the better part of my life. And then I worked on myself and my issues and my secrets and all that. And now I'm actually at a point in my life where I don't feel a lot of shame. So I'm actually happy about that.
That's perfect. Can I ask you a follow-up question?
Yeah.
So how were you able to get past that?
I went into therapy. I went into sexual abuse therapy to actually be specific, and I'm not ashamed of that anymore. I used to be very ashamed of that. So I went in for a few years, probably 2.5, and I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders like you would not believe.
My name is Thoraya, and I'm the owner of this channel. I'm also the person behind the camera, and I thought I'd take a minute to thank all the subscribers I've gained so far, and maybe ask the new viewers to hit the subscribe button if you like this episode, or if you're a fan of my channel in general. That would mean a lot. Thank you.